Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Eduard. It's a kit in 1/48 scale and it copies Z-126. It's a Trener aircraft double-seater from Czech, and you can see we have a Profipack edition here, so it means that we get only one model inside this box, but still it should be a great build for modelers who would like to build something unusual and maybe avoid any military subjects in 1/48 scale. So definitely continue watching this video because in my opinion this is a perfect choice for such build. So first of all, the box size is typical for this brand. Here you can see comparison with my hand. We have nice box art here, and if I flip it over, here we have some information about manufacturer and safety advices, while the opposite side is dedicated to 6 marking options which are included here. And in my opinion, the choice of markings is quite colorful, so you will definitely find something for your model as well. Note that kit number is 82181, and here is what we have inside. So all frames are separated into several plastic bags. Actually, gray plastic sprues are packed in one, and then we have this clear sprue in a Ziploc bag. And obviously we are going to start... I hear something broken off. Okay, anyway, so we are going to start with a clear sprue, and a separate plastic bag is good because it will preserve the parts from any accidental scratches. And now just give me a second to place it here, zoom in, and maybe we should open the lenses a bit because it's dark. Okay, so here we have canopy parts, and you can see that molding quality is really good. Do not forget that we are dealing with a Profipack. It means that you'll get masks out of the box, and this is really great because it will give you a nice paint finish without any additional problems or issues. And of course you can copy the open cockpit on your model, which is also quite important in case you would like to expose what is inside this aircraft. Next, we continue with a plastic bag with gray plastic spruce. So I'm going to open it right now. Okay. So here we have 4 gray plastic sprues. As far as you can see, we are going to start with the smallest one. Here we have several types of propellers. We also have some cockpit parts. As you can see, there are various types of the instrument panel. We have one pre-molded dials and one with a plain surface. And overall molding quality seems to be fine. I don't see any possible issues here, even though parts are not that huge. Here you can see comparison with my fingertip. And of course you can update them or upgrade them with help of P parts. So it will be up to you whether you would like to use P parts or you would like to go with a decals option, let's say. Next we continue with a bigger plastic sprue. So here I will have to zoom out first to give you an overall idea what is actually placed here. And it's quite a mix of parts because we have, for example, separate rudder, we have also cooling parts, we have some parts for the main wheel wells, and the separate inserts which will hold main wing in place. We have also landing gear legs, we have main wheel wells parts. So as I said, it's more of a mix of various parts on one frame. And now it's worth zooming in. So here you can see these parts in a bit closer way. And some of them are really thin, so be careful and use the right tools in order to separate them, because the typical cutters, they might damage the surface and then it will be a quite tricky task to fix it. I'm glad to see that the frontal cowling section is molded as a single piece part. It's something what will make the overall appearance even better. And here we continue with some thin parts for landing gear, for the cockpit, and landing gear wheels are also here. By the way, some of these elements can be also upgraded with original resin accessories. Eduard, as usual, produces the brass in line, so in case you would like to get some fine features on your Z-126 aircraft, then definitely go for it. I think some of these resin accessories are worth investment, especially in 1/48 scale. So here we have another gray plastic sprue. This one is more dedicated to several versions of the similar, let's say, elements, because here, for example, you can see 4 versions of the frontal section of the cowling. Here we have the 5th one. We have also 2 versions of the cowling panels. We have separate ailerons here, And also we have cockpit parts, so floor, sidewall, pilot seats, and some other minor elements. So again, we can zoom in as much as we can so that you can check all these parts closer. And I will stop the camera shaking so that it won't be that dizzy for you. But overall molding quality, I really like what I see here. So even the thinnest parts are carefully detailed, and they should look good in the finished state. So it also means that even if you don't choose or don't decide to get some aftermarket accessories from Eduard, still it will be a really nice aircraft model. And do not be worried that it comes in 1/48 scale. Still we get a lot of features here out of the box in a standard plastic. Okay, next we continue with one more gray plastic sprue. This one obviously is dedicated to wing halves and also to fuselage halves because we haven't seen them before. And you can see that overall design is typical. We have flaps pre-molded, so you won't be able to drop them on this aircraft. I think there is a separate accessory set from Eduard available. And we have separate rudder, as you remember, separate cowling. And here I suggest we zoom in as much as we can so that we can check what is actually here on these parts. External features are quite traditional, but they look really good. I would say on par with the recent releases from Eduard. We have recessed panel lines, we have rivets, we have really nice imitation of the fabric surface on the fuselage parts. And here we continue with another pair of wing halves. And if I flip it over, inside you'll find guiding elements. As you remember, cockpit walls, they should be inserted separately, so do not be worried about this plain space in the fuselage parts. Next, we continue with P thread. So just give me a second to open it. And one P thread carries parts for this aircraft in several versions, as far as you can see, because we have a choice between several types of seat belts and instrument panels. So here you can see what I'm talking about. This is a typical Eduard product, so there is no need to worry about the quality issues. And of course, these parts will contribute to the overall details on your model. And this is really cool in my opinion, because sometimes it's more than enough for some modelers. Just do not be afraid to work with these parts. But that's not all. As you remember, we also get masks in Profipack. And I'm a bit confused because here we have two mask sheets, as you can see. So I guess one of them will be used for the camouflage elements, while this one carries masks for the canopy and landing gear wheels. But obviously we'll reaffirm it once we will be checking the assembly manual. But for now we have one more thing to check. It's the decals sheet. And I'm going to open it right now. So here we have only one decal sheet with all necessary symbols for 6 markings, as you remember. Of course it is printed in Eduard, so there is nothing to worry about in terms of quality again. And if I close the lenses, zoom out, so now you can see what we have here. We also get the segmentation. This is a really clever thing because it will help you to get all the necessary symbols for one particular marking. You don't have to cut through the whole decal sheet in order to get, for example, this OKIFG. And as I said, printing quality looks impressive. If I bring it closer here, you can check all the symbols in a bit more zoomed in view. And of course, stencils look impressive. I would recommend to apply them all. So here we have also quite an interesting change. If you follow our video reviews in the previous videos, we also said that assembly manuals are not glossy anymore. As you can see, they come on this, I would say, simple paper, matte paper, but still the overall layout is typical. We have a short history note on the first page, then we continue with the parts map, and then we have the assembly process start. So everything begins with the cockpit, obviously, and straight away you have to work with P parts. You can't avoid it unless you just don't use them, but it would be really strange to get the Profipack and then not to use any P parts applied in this kit. So another notable thing is that parts choice, a lot of parts choice is dependent on the marking you choose, so be sure to follow these small notes on which part is applicable for this or that marking. It is really crucial in order to completely replicate the particular marking, so that's why I'm let's say pointing at it. As you can see, both wings sides, they will be fixed on this special spar. Next, we assemble the cowling. So as far as you can see, only one cowling version is used in this boxing. Next, we continue with pilot seats, landing gear parts. As you can see, even this tail landing gear part will be various or varying depending on the marking you choose. Next, we continue with canopy parts. Again, even in the canopy, we have handles copied with P parts. And of course, you can open the canopy on your aircraft. Do not forget about the antenna. And here we have the masking guide. So as you can see, this masking guide also shows you the masks for the camouflage elements on this aircraft. So here we have first aircraft from Czechoslovakia 1980s. Next, we continue with one more from April 1955, one more from Czech Republic 1994. Here we have one more aircraft from Czechoslovakia 60s and 70s, and one more from Austria 1960s. Quite an interesting top blue aircraft. And another one red aircraft from Czech Republic 2014. So all in all, we get another nice boxing of this training aircraft in a 1/48 scale. It should be already available on official Eduard website, so you can get it there together with original accessories or maybe some other kits if you would like to. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such a list. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.